Welcome back everybody to another tutorial with Benjamin Fearless graphic recording. This time it's about listening, and listening is a crucial skill when it comes to graphic recording. It can even be more important than the visual part, than the actual drawing. Listening is your filter of all the information that you get during a talk, during a conversation, during a panel discussion, during a presentation or a strategy meeting somehow. There's a lot of information coming into your head through your small ears, and you kind of get overwhelmed by all the information because you can only capture a seventh or an eighth of all the information that's there onto the paper. And you don't want to just capture a seventh or eighth, you want to capture the right words, the right aspects, the right thoughts and the right ideas. And one technique is that you listen for only the relevant, only for everything that matters, and you cross out everything that's not needed there. So you have a red marker, and you take the red marker, and in your head you cross out everything that's not relevant, so that in the end you just have the key aspects that are important, that need to be on the paper after the session, whatever session this was, is over. And I will show an example now of a typical recording in a business context and show you exactly what you can leave out and what's needed to be there on the paper at the end. So let's have a look. Okay, here we see a classical graphic recording in a business context. So we often have a speaker. I named her Jane Doe. She's from the company Acme. And usually a talk in the business world starts with, this is our company, we have those products, we have dependencies in the whole wide world, so many people work for us. Here's a nice image movie, look at the image movie. Here's the revenue we made. And the whole talk is titled with the headline, How to Survive in a Crisis, for instance. And then after the introduction, that always takes a long part, there comes like the challenges they had, the questions which arose, how they got on the path and tried out things and somehow tried to cope with the situation until they had a final idea, and then she shares with us the learnings on how to survive in a crisis. So for me as a graphic recorder, I always think, nice presentation, it's nice, but behind this talk, a talk or a discussion always tries to answer a question. In this case, the question is not how to survive in a crisis, it's how to survive in a crisis as a question. So we want to focus on the question, how to survive in a crisis. And looking at all the aspects the presenter spoke about, we see that the important part is only this one here. So this part answers exactly this question. All the other stuff, it's good to know, but it's not really relevant for answering the question. Especially not this part. So it's good to know what the company is about, but all the important main aspects about like products, the image movie, how much revenue, how many people work there, it's kind of okay to know, but it doesn't need to be on the graphic recording because we want to know how to survive in a crisis. It can be okay to hear about what happened and maybe the concerns and the challenges they had, but rather it's the ideas they had, and especially this part, like the recommendations, the learning Jane can share. So this is the main important part. So what I want to say with this, always when you do a sketch note or a graphic recording, try to find out what kind of question does this person want to answer. Sometimes you just have to wait until this part evolves, is talked about, and then you can put it on there. I had always the problem that I was covering everything, so my graphic recording was full until here, so I had 2/3 already with non-relevant or not so much relevant stuff until the final part came, and then I didn't have space for it. And I learned to listen now using these techniques, and this brought me to another level. So with this, you can train it even. You can, watch the news, read a newspaper article, or even when you talk to a person, find out, okay, what is the question we are talking about, and you can train your mind a bit, and then later when you are in a real graphic recording situation, it can help you to be focused and concentrated. And when you capture a 7th or an 8th of the talk, it's exactly the one that's needed to be there, which is most relevant and helpful for the viewer who looks at the picture afterwards, because they don't want to know how much revenue this company made back then in 2018. So, I hope this kind of thinking helped you. Try it out, leave a comment, like the video if you want, and try it out, and please share your outcome. And see you around next time. Bye.